J Lava, and you see that little screen, that little face on the screen, that's the DC police chief that says marijuana is undoubtedly connected to violent crime surge. Nigga, you lying? Right here. We'll be right back on KIPP.
Savage Media.
The coons
Savage
The coons are coming.
And that's how we gonna get women to come out because it said facts about vagina every woman should know. But
Alright, y'all, we back in the more a good dog. This is the Keep It P podcast, and we take news, situations, everyday occurrences, and we show how one could have and could not have been keeping it P. Not trying to tell you what to think, trying to show you how to think when you find yourself mixed up in anti-black racist war propaganda machine being perpetuated by the lamestream media. Then you got the Rethuglicans and the Democrats, both bipartisan, 94-1 on the Asian crime bill to target black people. But they still want to tell you model citizens is what it do. Okay, all right.
that's you, man.
Go ahead and bust them down with some game, man, because they need it in life right now.
Listen.
They do.
Hashtag for the record doe.
That sound about right.
Hashtag FTRD.
For real, though.
Von Savage Media in the place to be. Sucker MC. Self-love, self-love. That's a beatbox and a b-boy stance. You may have thought that was corny, but what's even more corny is when the teacher or your baby drops their cell phone in the toilet with feces and they make your baby put their hand in the toilet with the feces and retrieve the telephone out. No, that's corny.
Ultimately giving your baby the Edward Boo Boo hands.
The Eduardo Buberian hand.
It's not funny at all.
It's not actually.
It's not funny, but that's corny. But that's corny, more corny than niggas trying to be like your self-hug and self-love is corny.
Yes, ma'am.
Robert Conti made his remarks during a press briefing following a series of recent shootings in the city. Oh, really? So, couple shootings and now it's the weed, huh? Okay, all right. Washington
Because
D.C.
there wasn't no crime in D.C. before, though.
And wasn't no weed either, I guess.
So, wow.
Washington D.C. Police Chief Robert Conti said marijuana is undoubtedly a factor in the city's rise in violent crime during a press briefing Friday. Conte held a briefing after two individuals were shot near a restaurant downtown D.C. A shooting also occurred outside of D.C.'s National Park during a baseball game on Saturday, July 17, which left two people hospitalized with gunshot wounds and one injured. The shooters were never found. Well, first off, wouldn't you have to find the shooters to see if they was high? Wouldn't you had reference to these incidents being some sort of kind of drug-related incidents? I heard something happen outside of baseball. Ain't no niggas over there.
I'm gonna have to say that there wasn't one Asian at the baseball game, because if there was, they would have 8K footage of the assailants, and they would have tracked them, all their movements from when they woke up this in the morning to when they went back to the crib. They would have knew all their movements if there was one Asian in the whole stadium.
Right. And then that's what I'm saying. Okay. Nobody's really shooting anybody downtown outside of the restaurant over a couple bags of weed, sir. Like,
the dime bag sale didn't go right, so now
I got the block cuz. I got to give them the
murder rates up.
Yeah. We have taken on a mindset that marijuana is not really a big issue in our city, Conti says. I can tell you that marijuana undoubtedly is connected to violent crimes that we are seeing in our communities. Let me blow this dude's face up.
I'm smelling Caribbean.
Look at this guy, y'all. Look at him. Look at his face.
This doesn't say black to me.
Do you see this guy? He looks like a stepping fetching ass Sambo ass nigga. Like, shut up. You trying to get relevant right now?
I'm going with his non-FBA.
Yeah, especially with the last name Conti.
Yeah, he does like Calypso when he gets home.
He is. You can look at him. He looks Caribbean as hell.
Yeah, he's Sammy Sosa's big brother.
When you have something where people get high reward, they can make a lot of money by selling illegal marijuana at the risk, and the risk is low. The risk for accountability is very low. That creates very, very, very bad situation because those individuals get robbed. He added.
Hold on.
He said very, very, yeah.
3 times.
Yes, he did. Yeah.
No, he did not.
Yeah, he sounded Jamaican saying that.
You added on 2 varies.
He said, the risk is low and the risk for accountability is very low, and this creates a very, very, very bad situation because those involved get robbed. He added, those individuals get shot at. Those individuals involved in disputes across our city. He sounds foreign.
Wow.
There have been 2,000
because of the dime bags. The nickel bags is causing shootouts.
Now watch this though. Watch this trickery. There have been 2,039 violent crimes in DC this year as of July 23rd, according to the city government page, roughly equal to the amount of violence in the city by July 23rd of last year, 2060, while the city was enforcing stricter COVID-19 related regulations. Conti said that he has personally seen an increase in violent crimes related specifically to marijuana. I am seeing it happen more and more all across the city in all different wards, he said. Last year, we had a murder up in the 3rd ward on the Western Ave tied to illegal marijuana pop-up. That's bullshit, because I've been to marijuana pop-ups, and when you go to marijuana pop-ups, they make you show your ID. They text you to so they got information on you. So if you do some dumb shit at a pop-up, they can find you.
Right.
So he's wrong there. Recently on North Capitol Street, we had another illegal marijuana place that somebody entered into with guns, duct taped somebody and put the guns to somebody's head in there. Unlawful marijuana pop-ups, unlawful distribution of marijuana in communities. That is a bad recipe for disaster. He talks like an idiot. A bad recipe for disaster. No, that's a recipe for disaster, not a bad. What the hell are you talking about? You sound Caribbean or something. Like you ain't quite got the English language down yet. Still. He added that the local prosecutors are enabling the situation by not holding people accountable when they're caught with illegal amounts of marijuana. Kind of sort of like not holding them accountable when y'all shoot unarmed black people. Kind of like that. But I don't see your little coon ass saying nothing about that, nigga. Damn, that kind of pissed me off. Over there, cooning and buffooning.
Cooning and buffooning. Hakuna Matata.
And he said holding people accountable when they get caught with illegal amounts of marijuana, which is over 2 ounces for individuals over the age of 21, according to DC law. Oh look, let's hear his voice.
Mass incarceration. I'm not talking about mass incarceration. I'm talking about holding people accountable who make our communities unsafe, who make it unsafe for you, for me, and for the people who are out here walking around, who made it unsafe for Nia over in Ward 8, who made it unsafe for the young man who lost his life over in Ward 7 last night. I'm talking about those individuals who brazenly use illegal firearms in our street. Another firearm recovered last night, 1100 block of S Street. Moments before this.
Nigga, shut up.
Sick and tired.
Nigga, just shut up.
Firearms anyways.
What
fam.
that got to do with weed, dog?
Period.
People
you said firearms, bro. You said, tell us about the nickel sack
Hold up,
that they shot out over.
But this is how you know he's purposely cooning. Because he said, I'm not talking about mass incarceration. Nigga, you're talking about mass incarceration.
Yeah, you is.
Like, who you fooling, cuz? Again, think about it, people. What is the risk for people? Is there a prosecution that is going to happen, he asked? Really? Is there a prosecution of a guy with marijuana? I've heard some community members saying that these guys are keeping scales on them where they're measuring out marijuana so that the police aren't able to lock them up. And?
Hold up. First of all,
if a nigga got a scale on him, he busting down grams, fam. Ain't nobody taking your grams, B. Now you know what will happen if you got them all sacked up and you run up to the car and stick your hand in the car. Yeah, I'm gonna poop your shit and drive off or something like that. Skirt with your bags. That might happen.
I thought you was getting robbed. I'm talking about the high crime. I'm trying to figure out where the high crime's coming in. No, you're mad. You're mad because you're not getting pinched. You can't pinch them because they don't have it broke down.
Wait 1 second, sir. So this is how you know that this is orchestrated by the propaganda wing of white supremacy. Because they know first, we check in people's files. We know if there's somebody talking about any type of incarceration or something, mass incarceration, we know what that do. Now it goes on to say, Conti is a DC native and has been a Metropolitan Police officer for 31 years. He is raised by a 17-year-old father who was a drug dealer himself and eventually developed an addiction to narcotics, including crack cocaine. He said during a press conference in December 2020 that he knew the smell of marijuana as a young kid. And looks like you turned all right, nigga, you're a police chief. Come on. What are you saying? Well, you didn't turn out all right because you're a cooning ass police chief. They should have whooped your ass while they was smoking them joints. You probably would have turned out a little different.
That's why they didn't give them no whooping, because they was blazing them Jillas. They mixing them with the Krisnak. They was smoking them Macs.
The Mac and Ballers.
Yeah, they was blowing them Mac and Trolls.
Look, dude. This is all I'm saying. Dude, you're cooning, dog. Just, you're cooning, dog. You're cooning, and you're cooning. Somebody is in your pocket right now telling you to suggest law from white mommy and white daddy to lock up your own brothers and sisters. Or are they not your brothers and sisters? Because they said you was a native of DC, but that don't mean you're foundational Black American, sir.
That does not mean that.
I hear stuff. You said they said you was raised by a 17-year-old father. Did your 17-year-old father get some well, didn't that still make him fucking FBA? I'm saying dad was half. No, no.
Mom is full.
No, dad is young Jamaican, young Caribbean.
And they got what? And they got with what?
Another Jamaican or Caribbean. Because look, this is what they ain't saying. They not alluding to the fact that he's foundational Black American so that we can jump onto him. They said that to kind of skim over it so that you can assume. he's he was born in Chocolate City. You know what I'm saying? DC, Chocolate City. You know what I'm saying? He black. Nah. We know it's a lot of immigrants on the East Coast. We know that.
What's his name, cuz?
Yes, please. His name is Robert Conte. Conte right away. Conte, Contee. Contee. Conte.
Oh, come on, cuz. Contariat. Man, he looked like Steve Harvey's little sister.
Let me see what Conte's last name is. I need to get to the bottom.
Let me see what's happening, cuz.
Conte last name, meaning,
Yes,
Conte
sir.
family history. Conte meaning French. Variant of Conte or Conte. Yeah, Conte. Yeah, I told you. That's colonization. I heard the colonization all in the name. Conte is in context for Gananet. Discovery is popular and find that the names variant billiard, blah, 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 blah. Origins is...
I've never seen a joint with nothing in it.
Conte, dude. Like I said, that's all Caribioso.
I mean, this literally has nothing in it.
Conte, Caribioso is all I'm saying.
I mean, talk about nothing in your file. I mean, nothing. You might as well not even have a Wikipedia, because he has nothing in there.
Yes, a Conte is what they just say, French, nigga. That's colonization. The British and the British colonized the islands and all that. Yeah, he's an islander. What you got? What you got? What you got?
It's looking real fugazi.
I told you. Foofopocalypse. All right, man, we ain't gonna hold y'all, man. Get in that description. Stop listening to non-FBA people. Get cut the check. Get you some Keep It P gear. 4 words we leave you with: love, peace, blessings,
and aloha.
And go get you some gear, man. Go get you some of that gear. Go get you some gear. Go get you some gear. Look at that dude one more time. Look at him again. He's definitely not an FBA. Now that's FBA. That's FBA. That FBA. Them FBA writers.
Tryna bring it back.
J-Lo, that's FBA.
I bring it back like I took it from the premises. I bring it back like it's stolen from my nemesis.
I ain't gonna take it no lie.
Bang my line. You can holler at me later. Shawty bang my line. Shawty bang my line. Bang my line. You can holler at me later. Shawty bang my line. You can catch me on the book or DM me at IG. Consider me. Look, I don't play with this shit. You don't even know what I gave to this shit. Self-made with this shit. I slay with this shit. Been a lot of roads I done paid with this shit. Look.
Taking flight, change your life in one night. By 2 a.m. if you do it right. Up late like nigga night. Small fish, big appetite. Get an extra 4 if you whip it right. Got good gas and it's light bright. Got big balls and a good pipe. One call it inside.
Like how he don't got
The on wave that you could just go and say. This is a possible way for me to go and lay. Man, I knew it was something, couldn't ignore it. It was fate, it was fate. Flowers in the image, and I definitely belong here. And now that I'm here, I'ma change.
Yeah, I'm an animal, red gorilla. I eat your dog, your poochie. Get what you're gonna get, front and center. Get
Which I knew. I'm a two. Graduated with my honors. THC scientific. Get it too. What's the plan? C. Throw the kickback. Zip sack.
I've never seen that. No dad, no mom, no nothing. No wife.